Hey guys, what's going on? As you know, I am Rob, and just wanted to make this video to kind of give everybody a heads up on what's going on, both on E.T.N as well as Rob Talks. So this very video is going up on both channels to kind of keep everybody in the loop. So I know content on both sides has been slow. I haven't streamed a lot. Haven't done any videos. So I'm just letting you guys know. It's just I've kind of been in a lot of pain the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, I have a side effect, not a side effect, but the aftermath of what I went through in August with the infection in my foot, and now I have, I guess, apparently uh, neuropathy, which I'm sure some of you've heard. If you're diabetic, you know what neuropathy is, but it can also be the result of infections, which is what I had. It can also be the result of a surgery. So basically, what it is you just get like nerve damage and you get all these very uncomfortable feelings in your uh, certain parts of your body. So, like for example, diabetics get it a lot in their hands. They can get it in their legs and stuff like that. I also am diabetic, but this is not the cause for my diabetes. My blood sugar is actually constantly low, and I've never had neuropathy before. I've always been like I tell you guys, I've always been a low end on the diabetic frame. So I've never had like blood sugar in the 300s or 200s like that. It's always been in the high ones. But this obviously is a side effect from having the bacterial infection in my blood back in August. So now I've just been getting this constant uncomfortable pain in both my feet, primarily the left one, which is where the infection was. And it's just this kind of thing where it doesn't matter if you sit, doesn't matter if you stand, doesn't matter if I'm laying down. If I go for a walk too long, it flares up, but it's a constant thing. The only time I don't feel it is when I'm sleeping because I'm asleep. So, but when I get up in the morning, it's the first thing, and it just makes very, very, very uncomfortable. And just when you're going through this for such a long period of time, it kind of just it's a little bit demoralizing, but also it's just when I do a video or if I'm streaming, you guys know I don't want to, or at least my thought process is I don't want to kind of reflect on camera how I'm currently feeling. And aside from the pain, honestly it's a little bit depressing because it's like no matter what I do, they gave me two different kind of painkillers. Neither one of them are working, and I don't like taking painkillers to begin with. So the first round they gave me, I took one pill, it didn't work, and then I left it. I think that was oxycodone, which is very strong, and I just have that kind of sitting in my cabinet because I don't really want to take that stuff. Then they gave me another one that was more directed towards nerve pain and nerve repair and nerve damage or whatever. And I was supposed to take three of those a day. Started taking those. At first, it started working. Now it just doesn't work anymore. So I'm kind of just biding my time and trying to tolerate the pain until my next doctor's appointment, which is next Friday. So that's really what it is. Obviously there are other things that go into play in terms of content creation. As I've told you guys in the past, my kids don't go back to school till November 9th. So I'm still doing the whole helping the kids with the school all morning, then making their lunch in the afternoon, then back in school at like 12:30, helping them with school until they get out about 3 o'clock. And that obviously just kills my whole day. So, but even in the times in between where I would have a moment to do a video or something like that, I'm just in a lot of pain right now. So it sucks, there have been a couple of nights that I was about to stream on E.T.N and I couldn't see myself. It's very like I get edgy, like I don't want to sit too long because it hurts, but then I get up and I walk and you know, I feel like I'm getting healthier. I mean, I've lost 35 pounds at this point. I've been trying to go for walks and do some more active things because I'm thinking maybe I just need to be more active. So I go out. I've been playing basketball, which I've had a lot of fun doing because I haven't played basketball in so long. And I've been going on these nice long walks. The only problem is when I get back, my feet are just incredibly in pain. And then the next day, I still feel the aftermath of that. And then the next day, I don't do anything because I'm just not comfortable. So, I don't know how long this is going to be going on for. I don't know if there's something permanent that I got to deal with. I just want to also give an apology to some of you guys on the nation. What I said earlier on the post was more out of frustration. I wasn't being serious. it's just that's how I feel. But basically, on the Nation Facebook page, I said that I just want to have my feet amputated at this point because that's just how I feel. It's like it's so unbearable at times that I just be done with it. Just cut them off. Seriously, that's not what I want to do, because then that makes me disabled. And if I'm going to be disabled, it's not going to be voluntarily. So, and I don't even think doctors would amputate your feet if you ask them to. There has to be a medical reason as to why to do it. But that's just a kind of sign of my frustration with kind of dealing with this thing right now, because it's very, very uncomfortable. I can't even describe to you guys, and then it's different sections of the feet. Like some days my toes will be throbbing in pain. They feel like they're gonna pop, it's like a pressure almost. And then if somebody touches my feet, like this hurts. There's certain points where I feel like I'm getting poked with sharp objects. If I keep my sneakers on too long, I feel like my feet are swelling up, even though they're not, but they feel like they're like kind of like the Hulk. You know what I mean? Like your feet are growing, about to pop out of your sneakers. It's just a shitty feeling. It's a shitty feeling, and I'm trying to push through it. I miss doing content, and it sucks because I've had all this time, all this free time to take advantage of making content and try and grow both my channels, and I kind of feel like this opportunity's gone by the wayside because eventually I'm gonna have to go back to work. um and that's another thing too. I do want to get back to work, and I don't want to go back to work like this. If I can't even stay in my sneakers for 2 hours, how can I stay in my shoes or my sneakers for 8 hours, at a work day? So it's just dealing with a lot. We're still doing the house hunting. We're hoping to probably have a place by no later than December. So that's been another ordeal. So it's just a lot of things right now. But I would say this right here is like primarily the thing that's keeping me off the camera, because it's hard to try and either focus on what I'm discussing or even have as much energy as it takes to stream and be as entertaining as possible when you're in this much pain. It's hard. It's tough. So, I just wanted to do that to give you guys an update, and also on Rob Talks to give you guys an update too. I know obviously the sub count there is a lot smaller, but I know there's a couple of people there that were very supportive on the early going, and I kind of feel like I let you guys down because I feel like that channel had such great momentum, and it just got cut off with all this stuff going on. So, but I'm not quitting. I will be coming back. I'm hoping, they get something, help me with something next Friday. From the Raw Talks perspective, there's obviously so much to talk about. So when I do come back, and this is for both channels, what I'll probably do is a couple of videos, podcast way, in the way of a podcast. In other words, a long video where I can kind of catch up on everything that I've missed, because I have been keeping track of everything that's been going on, both in the entertainment industry and politics. And I kind of want to do a kind of catch up podcast type video on both channels. So that way, when I do feel good to come back and start doing content on a regular basis, I can get myself caught up and then just pick up where everything is from that point. Because, obviously there's a lot going on. So, but anyway, guys, I just want to thank you again for your patience. For those of you on the Nation and Twitter and all that, thank you for the support and the kind words. I appreciate it. I am sorry for those on the Nation for that post. When I wrote it, I know what I meant. I know how I felt. When people responded and I went back and I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, that doesn't sound very good. So sorry about that. I didn't mean to alarm anybody. But I'll be back as soon as I can. And, I'm hoping to stream tonight on E.T.N. No promises. So if I pop up, I'll just pop up. There's not going to be a wait time or anything. I'll just pop up. So if you guys are around, you want to hang out, that's fine. But, again, I don't want to make any promises because this thing all day, it's a constant thing. Sometimes it flares up horribly, and it's just hard to predict, how bad it's going to be on any given hour. You know what I mean? So, but anyway, that's it. Just wanted to give you guys an update, and I hope you guys are doing good. And overall, things are going well. Otherwise, like I said, I've lost a lot of weight. I think that's a good thing, even though I don't feel very good. And, the kids are doing great in school. The house hunting thing is progressing nicely, albeit slow. There's a lot to take in with that, but that's going well. And, everything else is cool. This pain is not cool. So anyway, guys, that's it. And I hope to see you guys very soon. So, and once again, thank you very much, especially if you stuck around on both channels. I appreciate it. And for those of you who've been shouting out and saying kind words, I appreciate that as well. So you guys have a good one, and I hope to see you guys a lot sooner than later. Take it easy.